A beloved school teacher is killed, crushed by a city-owned tree. The city of Cincinnati promised to investigate.
And now here we are 3 years after Jacqueline Carr's death. A city council member is requesting a full review of the city's tree maintenance program.
I-Team reporter Hillary Lake launched her own investigation.
The city of Cincinnati is responsible for tens of thousands of trees to cover enough streets to go from Cincinnati to Central Florida. Most of us walk or drive by them every day, but how safe are those trees and how safe is the program the city uses to manage them? Jacqueline Carr's family wants answers. They also want justice.
Do you normally have full brows?
Alice Carr Boynton is in the beauty business.
Turn your head to the side a little bit.
But her mother's horrific death is always on her mind.
Who was pretty much murdered by a tree that was supposed to have been removed.
Jacqueline Carr's family has filed a wrongful death lawsuit against the city of Cincinnati.
They never really let us know what was really happening or what did happen. They pretty much just kind of turned their backs on us.
Carr was driving down Reading Road in Bond Hill, just yards from her own front door, on a rainy Sunday in April 2015. A giant oak tree the city had marked with an X for removal fell onto her sedan. She didn't immediately die.
Her last words was, "Help me, help me."
Last month, Vice Mayor Christopher Smitherman brought up Carr's death and how the city's Parks Department inspects street trees, like the tree that killed Carr, in front of the Lawn Public Safety Committee.
I have been asking questions to the administration about this situation, and it never sits right with me.
So the 9 on Your Side I-Team launched its own investigation. City records obtained by the I-Team show tree inspectors had marked the mighty oak that killed Jacqueline Carr for removal 9 months before it fell and crushed her. In a court filing, the city claimed immunity.
I'm not comfortable calling it an act of God.
Neither is Carr's son and Alice's brother, Errol Jr.
What did happen is that we heard sovereign immunity. So that's a big slap in the face.
That's really what we heard.
I can't speak to the legal part of it, but I think that the city has a moral obligation to resolve this issue and for us to have some very public hearings.
2 weeks ago, at the request of Smitherman, the Law and Public Safety Committee passed a motion for a full review of the city's street tree program.
I want a comprehensive look at all of the trees, whether we're planting them, where's the money in the budget to take care of them or remove them.
City attorneys refused to allow the I-Team to interview Parks employees on camera, but they did allow us to video record a meeting with them. During the meeting, the Parks Department provided records that show after inspectors mark trees with an X for removal, it takes another 3 to 9 months before outside contractors actually remove them. The Parks Department says the delay is the result of following the city's bidding process for taxpayer-funded projects. That process hasn't changed since Carr died. But Parks also tells the I-Team they don't open the bidding process for tree removal until inspectors have covered entire neighborhoods. Tree records provided to the I-Team show the inspection process itself sometimes takes 3 months or more. Once outside tree companies are hired to do the work, the Parks Department gives them 90 days to complete removal.
The city at this point is in a state of hypocrisy. They hold people accountable, but yet they bear no accountability of their own.
Errol Jr. and his sister Alice want the city to remember their mother. It's a mission their father and Jackie's ex took up right after Jackie died 3 years ago. He stood on Reading Road holding a sign saying justice for Jackie. He died last month before he ever saw it happen.
We're just gonna pick up the torch for him as well as for us.
Our mother's life mattered. It had value.
The city has no comment on the lawsuit filed by the Carr family. Their attorney tells me the case is set to go into mediation this fall. The Parks Department has made a few changes to the tree program, including providing more training to its inspectors. The Parks Department is also working with the city to shorten the purchasing process to hire those outside tree companies. Hillary Lake, 9 on Your Side.